Hello, one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am the Max a Few Trades. In the last part, we saw the trial that led up to the original bombing that we saw at the beginning of the game. Turns out, Apollo's best friend has been murdered, and that is super horrible. And we're trying to figure out who could have actually gone about killing him. And we're defending a different astronaut. They're both astronauts. And it was a weird trial because so much of it seemed so obviously wrong every time somebody tried to say something to me. I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to read into that or not, but regardless, unfortunately, the trial ended the way that we kind of knew that it would, with the bomb going off and Apollo getting crushed by various debris. So, yeah, I would imagine, basically caught up, because we can't go back to the first trial again or anything, so all we can do is, walk forward and see what happens, and hopefully we can figure this all out. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident, which is just all kinds of messed up. Oh my god. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Yeah, that's also a factor. We kind of glanced over it. Don't know what the deal with that was, but Apollo was wearing an eye patch. He refused to elaborate as to why. I assumed it was a result of his injuries from when the courthouse exploded, but that was from before, so I don't know what the hell that's all about. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Could have been so much worse. Technically speaking, he's quite lucky that all that happened was debris falling on top of him. When, there was a bomb. He could have been turned into multiple pieces. Ugh. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. But we did something about that, we sure did, hell yeah! Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. Imagine being put on trial for crimes of this caliber twice in 1 year. Criminy. Poor Juniper. Regardless, yeah, we got him. And then his face exploded. It was fun. We managed to clear Miss Wood's name. But then Apollo was injured again. Christ, this poor guy. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Tentonate. A uniquely terrible pun name, even by this game's standards. Alright, so we're after the first case. Good. Good. Athena is not feeling great, nor should she. Apollo is a tough guy. This is taking its toll on him. Mentally and physically. The entire universe is putting him through the ringer at the moment. My god. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tenate like that on top of all of his other injuries. It really shows just how freakishly tough he is, though. My god. I mean, we know that Phoenix is insanely durable, but I guess Apollo is too. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. Then again, Phoenix fell off of a cliff into a river and got a cold. At the very least, it's... at the very bare minimum, yeah, Apollo doesn't seem as durable as Phoenix, but this is still not nothing. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. Trucy ain't feeling too good either about all this. You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry. He's young. He'll heal quickly, and he'll be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. It's very unbecoming of her. A Trucy should always be smiling. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. Understandable. Alright, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around! Now dry those eyes, both of you! You're the only one who's crying, Athena. You can't prove that! Technicalities! Athena! Look, we have work to do. We have to take over. Take over what exactly? Are you not in the loop, Phoenix? Come on now, man. Apollo's Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. And as unbelievably horrible as the circumstances may be, we have an opportunity to investigate now. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy? Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. No, he very literally fell. I saw him fall down. He went boom. I saw it with my eyes. He's just not dead. He's still alive, you know. Pooah! Good! Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? Better not be running the whole way. Well, you don't know how to drive a car, so... Oh, there she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill up my magic piece for Trucy! Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. Does she know what it sounds like when she says the words that she says? I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. Oh, she's back. The return of Athena! Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag. Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too. She's delightful, okay? She's keeping morale up. It's wonderful. All right, you two, let's be careful out there. I will make an attempt. All right. Now, boy, oh boy, do we certainly need a whole lot more information. Although I can't imagine we're going to be getting a whole lot out of Starbuck, considering he was drugged at the time. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him, and I don't know nothing about anything. That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. He should also be in slightly higher spirits. Or not. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. It's just an excuse to make weird goose noises. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yeah, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it. What else would you call yourself? I get that you're his boss, basically, but mentor's very clear and obvious the thing here. Come on now. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered. And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about? Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than at your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My mistake. Okay. My memory isn't what it used to be. Well, that's obviously something. Gonna have to try and keep that one in mind. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I guess, perking back up moments before the entire courtroom exploded kinda put a damper back on you, I suppose. That's unfortunate. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. To be fair, you could do that. You'd just die horribly. He seriously gotta stop depressing himself. Relatable. Oh. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere. That just means we shine like shooting stars, right? Like shooting stars, huh? I do like those. You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Yeah, no, let's keep the depressing thoughts, to him, all right? We don't need to help. Oh yeah, here we go! 3, 2, 1, to the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? Apparently, I guess. I freaking guess. But yeah, no, I don't think he knows anything. So you have no memory at all of the incident? I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula. Bro is on brand at all times. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial? Which apparently, again, has the side effects of, like, nulling your memory capabilities. Like, that's such a horrible, horrible side effect. I would never take a medication like that. You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. I guess I am assuming he was drugged. But still, it is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience. Yeah, you don't want things to go poorly in space. Like, that's a normal, horrible situation, like, ×5. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. Yeah, no, I very much believe that. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. And that's a very certain thing, yeah. Sounds like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know. Or at the very least have read about that one time. But the tranquilizers were found in your system. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you. Exactly! That's what I thought! It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it. Well, that's how you gotta put a lock on that thing, my dude! Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed! I'll say, they even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. How'd they do that? Unless you were passed out or something. I guess that's possible, like take off the glove, make them hold it, and then put it in. That's a lot of work, but it's not impossible. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like, about the murder weapon, for example. It's a very distinct blade. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. Well, I guess it depends on how many technicians there are. Ugh. All right, tell me about this miracle. Miracle of the stars. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. Dear God Almighty, how are you not dead? The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. By all logic, you definitely should be. I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. What? No wonder they dubbed it the Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back. None of that. Wait, are you saying you like cooled the ship down as it entered the atmosphere with ice packs and popsicles? Like, well, I'm sorry, what? That is not a thing! Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. Oh, great, we're getting existential. That's totally what I need right now. The darkness just goes on forever, and ever, and ever, without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. I'm not an expert in, space travel or, like NASA is the best equivalent here, because obviously. But, don't they almost always, have teams? Like, I know that there was recently, a bunch of people shot into space, and that was a team of 4. Like, I don't think they would ever just send a single person up, would they? I don't know of any instances of that, at least. Because that's you need at least somebody else there as, a backup or something. All alone with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. I can understand why you would desperately need some kind of, therapy and or medication to get by after that. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Jesus! With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way! Of course not! Even now I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity at escape velocity and spin around weightless! I want to eat food from a tube! But you have to admit, it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? Well, yes, obviously. I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. Well, I mean, technically we don't actually know what's at the bottom of the Earth's oceans either, so that sort of counts too. But I get your point. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. Ha! That's actually pretty fun. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. Well, one thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. And we didn't have any, like, Cyclock moments, so yeah, that's fair. The victim, Clay Terran. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now, yeah, Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Like I said, he's got big shonen protagonist energy. Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. Huh, sounds like someone I know. You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine! And you're fine! Of all the time, too! Whoa! And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it. Yeah! Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, and ever since they were high school kids. One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much they were like a part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? I mean, not really secret. They were pretty upfront about them, but I get the point. I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Indeed. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Was he just full of that much grit? Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. And that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows. Yeah, well, who cares what that guy thinks? You're fine! Solomon Saul Starbuck is fine! Everything is going to be all right! Eh? Athena! Let's go! And Athena Sykes is fine! Come on, Mr. Wright, you too! Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you! Phoenix Wright is fine! Yeah, we'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Athena! Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us! Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. And I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. Yeah, and I vow to make it back into space! All I need first is a not guilty verdict. Sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Who knew Apollo was making such an impact in people's lives? You know, other than the obvious ways he has. Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto! Good idea. Let's go! We gotta get the hell out of here! Alright. To the entrance! A cardboard cutout? I always see that very specific kind of alien in a lot of anime fiction and stuffs, you know? Like, I wonder where that design came from. You know, little jellyfish-looking thing. I don't know. It's interesting to me. Wow. I was wondering what kind of place this space center would be. Turns out it's full of, like, space stuff. It's crazy. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future. And I ain't talking about Tomorrowland, because that place is crazy outdated. Yeah, did you know they even let the public see the rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. That sounds like a bad idea. What if someone planted a bomb? Look at how brightly the Gaiaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going. Gaiaxa. It's like galaxy, but with, like, letters missing. Gaiaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? I was gonna call it a department. Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is Gaia supposed to stand for? Galaxy? Well, if that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. You can't tell, but I put emphasis on the X, which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to Gaxa, or even Gaia. Huh. I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Because God knows the government ain't ever gonna fund any of the space explorations. Ah! Tourist attraction. Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Hoomstiff. Galactic shooter, full speed ahead. What's going on? What? You and me both, Athena. Yeah. Who's this geezer and what's he want? Old man on a Segway! Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science, sometimes referred to as just science. Pardon me, but you are? My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos. Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means... So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you? Yeah, apparently them and the detective. Which means you are a suspect! And who was the first to find the victim? We didn't get to see a picture then, though. Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos. When you have a name like that, you just kind of have to get into space travel, don't you? And Detective Candace Arm. May she rest in peace! That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. That's a weird way to phrase that, but I guess it's true. But let's talk of the incident. Are you by any chance the space police? I wish. You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. Yes, they can. Yes, they do. And reality is reflecting art in that aspect, but I choose to ignore that. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. This song is pretty dope, though, gotta be real. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way. In case that was not blisteringly obvious. Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it. I can already tell he's going to be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? I mean, we'll try to be professional, but I don't know what the hell's gonna happen on his end. All right, so I do have all of that evidence from before. Okay, good to know, good to know. I'm going to regret asking you about yourself, but sure. So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. Whatever the hell country this place is supposed to be at this point. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind. I believe I used the word specifically in my question. I guarantee he did not hear that part. Also, the little star buttons on his coat look like starmen, and that's pretty fun. Oh, what? Attention all personnel, to your break stations. Prepare for break. I like mandatory break time. Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner. Ah! It doesn't deny it! Wah! That is exactly right, because I am an important man. My manner is important. Mr. Right, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. I thought that was the astronaut that didn't die. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it. I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it specifically. Oi, we're starting to say that word a little too often. It's starting to sound like a nonsense noise. Oi. Can you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day? Nope. I refuse. Oh, wow, I was right. I refuse. What? Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the the center of the cosmos. Oi. On a segue. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom. What? So, does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow? Was that not? No, they were going to bring in Candace Arm, but she's no longer here, so yeah, I guess that would make sense. That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. I don't know if he understands anything about anything, honestly. He seems kind of delusional. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Oh, yeah. It's always fun. Then, let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. All right, yeah. Oh, I was going to talk about the second rocket. I figured he'd probably talk about that much. Oh. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. I mean, comparatively, yes, but oh boy, all right. I know I'm gonna regret asking this. 62. Okay. And I never remember the specifics, but Phoenix is somewhere between 33 and 37, so it works. Very well. I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project. Oh, thank you very much. This sounds long-winded. Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. We sent him up there alone because we had absolutely no faith in actually being able to accomplish our goal. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit. There's a satellite from where it launched the Hope probe, from towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space, where capitalism has never touched. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle oh, that was Athena. My bad! Sorry! That's when that happened, right? They made a movie? Correct! And it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago. Can probes come back to Earth? It's my understanding that once you kind of gently nudge something out into space, unless it's built to, like, you put a thruster on that. I don't know if that's a thing, but okay, sure. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? I don't know. The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. Oh, right, you just said recently. I was like, wait, but it's been 7 years. But no, just recently they got the samples. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Taryn's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. Yeah, that's fair. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years. That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all. He's got some reasons to be proud of himself. In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. That's true. There was a big period of time where that was the case. Moon rock, huh? I don't remember that being big. Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos. I mean, astrologically speaking, you very much are not at the center, but okay. I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization, though they're always so cagey and vague about how. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. I friggin' wish! That would be so cool! We don't have that here. Bite your tongue. It's not for anything so base as money or politics. I mean, maybe not to you, but I'm sure the people funding you would disagree. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission! With the recent budget cuts, there it is. My staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it! I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. Yeah, it really do. It really do. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case. Is that so? Okay, weird. Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I am a very busy man and very important man. Very busy and Hey! Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage! That thing is surprisingly fast. Must have supercharged the motor. I guess we'd better get going too. You bet! Let's make it so. Make it sure. Anyway, you wanna see my badge? My badge is starting to look pretty good on me, don't you think? Hell yeah, it does. It suits you well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel like it gives me more dignity and presence, too. It sure does. Ah! I think she might be expecting a little too much from one tiny little badge. Hey! No bully! No bully! Anyway, let's talk. Athena Sykes is fine! What was that all about? I thought I'd better get fired up twice as much to make up for Apollo being gone. For starters, I thought I'd imitate him. So you were doing a voice workout, huh? Yep, you have to push your voice up from the pit of your stomach. Hold it! There's a contradiction in the witness's statement. You're really serious about this. She's serious about everything. Just because she's a world-class goober doesn't mean she isn't taking everything that's going on around her seriously. Objection! You are lying! The true culprit is the judge! What? And who's going to hand down the verdict? Yeah, what would happen if that happens? Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, is there any like, I don't know, backup plan for that kind of situation? So, what do you think we should do next? Oh, that's right. What is it, Athena? I just remembered, I forgot to go running today. I was so taken up with what happened to Apollo, it slipped my mind. That wasn't what I was asking. She's a goober! Oh my god. All right, to the boarding lounge. That's a big seahorse from space! I assume it's like a projection or something that they put up there because it's like a tourist thing here, but like, I choose to believe they actually just have a giant space seahorse. They found it. Their name is Daniel. So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered. Oh, hey, actually, I just saw the tape. Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here on the right side of the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion. You there! No admittance without express permission. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate. Which, again, is not a thing that lawyers do, but they do in this universe, so whatever. Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. That sounds like the least intimidating thing ever. I'm gonna be honest with you. So Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him, and then we'll talk. Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. He's really easy to manipulate. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. Or a little bit of both. A grabado? I don't know, some kind of fusion. So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think. Wait, that door. What about it? It looks awfully familiar. Yeah, that's the way to the thingy. Good, hi there, boss. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad. That explains it. The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we could just pass through. Now, come on, let's go! It feels like that's definitely the kind of place we shouldn't be able to go, but sure, all right. I also find it interesting how sometimes the game will automatically take me to new locations, and other times it's just like, nah, man, just like select it from the menu. Robots! Robots doing cleaning! Even in space, safety first. That's good lesson. That's a good wisdom. So this is it, huh? Yeah, they've even got automated floors. You know, with that and the cleaning robot, we do be living in the Jetsons timeline, don't we? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape. Then it was the robot that killed him! Oh my god. How do we try that? iRobot. Oh no. This is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. And I see police tape down at the other ends. Yes, we won't be looking at the launch pad. Unfortunate, but perhaps we can find a Scrooge. After the explosion, the whole corridor must have been filled with smoke. And the launch pad itself is probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there. He's a pretty distinct image, you know? Like, how are you supposed to miss him? What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? Good question. Well, he seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. Huh? It's you, lawyer people! Howdy doody there! Welcome to the Space Center! Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share? Boss, if he acts all reluctant to give us information, I'll get violent! We hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it? Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? Info on the case, huh? All right, I'll gladly share some with you. C'est quoi? Eh? What just happened? You've flummoxed the Athena! She's flabbergasted! Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I dig it! Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits! I'm in a generous mood today. I dunno. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we need information, so let's run with it. If you say so. You know, just be on the back foot. It could be some kind of terrible ruse. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene? I mean, you seemed pretty gung-ho about letting us ask a question, so maybe. There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do? Oh, that's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it, a month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? What is going on right now? Even I'm kind of getting concerned. One of my men gives a mean neck rub. No, that's okay. But thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. There is something very strange going on. Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. I don't like it. You think he hit his head or something? Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. So, sure, we'll just roll with it then. You were at the Space Center at the time of the incident, weren't you, Detective? That's right! I was here on a security assignment. The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that. Don't they have people for that? Yes, well, you know us. To serve and protect. He's been weird this entire case. What's going on? The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course! A bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. I know that part. Right after that, the one over in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. Boom! So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? That's right! There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center in case things explode. I mean, rockets are basically gargantuan bombs that we just kind of redirect the explosion to in order to shoot things up into the sky, essentially. So when you're working with stuff like that, it pays to be safe. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like. So where were you when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Well, then how did you get everyone down? Wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter? No! We lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable. But at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter. Huh. Wow, what an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder sounds kind of fun. I bet it wasn't at that exact moment in time, Athena. Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment, I have some more information to share with you. We didn't even ask for anything. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay? That dude scares me. Wow, Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash, too. So what's up with this? Well, never mind that. Haha. I thought you should know that there was a witness. Oh, wait, a witness to what specific? Could you tell us more about the witness? Sure thing! The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge. So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside? That's right! It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. Okay, you don't. But that's the most important thing of all. Ha ha ha! Oh, don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee, huh? All right, well, thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. It's weird. Yes, well, actually, something you can't talk about? Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. I'm out. Well, I'll be on my way now. What was that all about? Something is definitely going on. I'm gonna get it out of him the next time I see him. Okay. I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. Doobie. You know what the single most suspicious aspect of that entire situation was? He didn't once show off his badge or say "In Justice We Trust." He didn't do either of those things. And I don't know if there's been a single instance of us talking to him where he didn't do at least one of those things. I haven't been keeping track, mind you, but the fact that it didn't happen at all definitely strikes me as weird. All right, December. Damn, it's so close to Christmas. Why is so much murder happening at Christmas? Ah, you two. Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like. I'm good on both. Oh, yeah, that's all right, but thank you for the offer. Please don't touch me. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Let's see. Where's that diagram again? We keep bringing it out. We may as well just not put it back in our pocket at this point. So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then. You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem though. This room. Maybe it was the giant seahorse monster. It's just so big. Don't worry. We can use this to help us. A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists? That's technically us. Yep, picked it up at the entrance. The map inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge. It's a bit sterile for a map for tourists, but okay. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. All right. Oh, yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. All right, yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person. Wait, there's just one more thing. Just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window? Oh, we're acknowledging that. Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Whew, that's a relief. Everyone knows that Phoenix has a deep-seated and a highly secret fear of seahorses. There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. Oh, that's what it says in the pamphlet, anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it? Let her be happy! And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. All right, fine. Let's get investigating. Let's get looking around. There really is not a terribly large amount of stuff here, though. Like, what am I supposed to look at in all of this? All right, well, I guess first things first. Body tape! So this is where they discovered Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. Morbid! So he was stretched out like this, and... What's that thing that looks like a thermos? Were you not there in the galley, Phoenix? Well, no, I guess he couldn't have been. Oh, that's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples. Oh, right, Detective Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? Indeed he did. That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched. If they're so important and they were gonna be analyzed and stuff, why put them back into space? I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see? Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? One problem at a time. Anyway, let's inspect Daniel. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but then there's that creature, that horrifying abomination. Ah. Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what its surface looked like. It looks like the world of the Supreme Kai, so I doubt it. I don't know. I think it would have made the news if they discovered a creature like that. It did make quite a bit of news, though, when the probe came back. Yeah, but the Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. Not that you know. I mean, there could easily be some kind of alien bug or microbe buried deep within it or something. That's what we're always trying to find out. All right, now what about this strange device? That's a pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anybody want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. What? No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle zero-G? Yeah, what the hell? What? Do they really need a baby mode version? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right, well, what about this? I can poke it, so I will. A window, and it's right next to the holographic image, too. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality. Way off. It says emergency ventilation. You know, the clear smoke for a fire and whatnot. See? It's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality. Athena, why are you such goober? Why are you such goober? I can't take it! Ah! So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Let's check. Drum roll, please. Oh, well, since you asked nicely. There you go. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet! We've seen it several times before, but it's back again. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy. People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know? Yeah, but maybe we need a little extra whimsy in our day-to-day lives, Phoenix. So let her do what she wants. Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the west door. Oh, but I wanted to call it Lefty. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map that Launchpad 1 corridor. Wow! So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion. Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room. It definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side. They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. Make a sense of to me. So, it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will. And we will. Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while? No, Athena's just a dork. But it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. And that's what they used for the Hat 2 mission. So this control room was empty at the time. I always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room. And since we're here, I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. Curses! They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through. With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena. So apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies. Ew, okay, backup power. Fancy, fancy. Okay, well, what about that last door? Isn't that where we came in from? Like, the slower door. Oh, excuse me, I mean, south door? You're so weird, Phoenix. It leads to the elevators. I mean, we had to have entered this room from one of them, right? This is the door we came through when we entered the room, right? How do you not remember? Yep, and of course there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anybody. I would hope, otherwise how would we leave? But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. Well, that's about it for the 3 musketeers of the boarding lounge. Dork! Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help me understand the case a bit better. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go. All right, what's this freaky monstrosity of a device? That's not an explanation, that's just walking closer to it. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. I bet it bounces you. That'd be fun. Oh boy, I want to try it! Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults. I feel like you could do mid-air somersaults even in Earth's gravity. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I can jump really high. Don't you want to be awesome? There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, don't jump too high. It even has a little stick man getting his head hurt. Then what good is this thing? Didn't it say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? You massive dork. You kadorkai. Anyway, apparently, danger. What kind of danger, though? Ooh, interesting. Oh, there's a shiny in there. What do you mean nothing special here? What about the shiny? I see a little shiny. There's gotta be something special in the shiny. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take this cover off then. Can we just do that? Don't you need like a tool for that or something? That's a bullet. What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean. Do not eat it, Athena! It is deceptive! It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. You can just eyeball millimeters? Let's see. That would make the caliber 10? Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right? Doesn't that mean it's like a... Wait. Is it like an 8 millimeter like a handgun like the base or something? Interesting. Yeah, but I've never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. Yeah, I haven't either. This bullet must be from a special kind of gun. Aren't we all kind of like underselling the fact that we found a bullet in a space center? I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it'd just fall right out. Yeah, must have been a really small gun. I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left of the south door side of the room, according to this map. That we definitely are. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. I mean, why would they? Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, this is absolutely something worth bringing up in court. Interesting. Maybe that's the danger, the bullets. But yeah, don't you need like a special tool to remove things like this off the ground? Also, we didn't even put it back. All right, well, all right, sure. Let's look at this thing specifically now. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity. Uh-oh, Athena has an odd glint in her eye. She wants to be amazing. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me. She would. Oh, she would. She's strong. Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there. Oh, wait. Oh, hello. Some kind of fragment? Stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what that glint was all about. I didn't even notice. That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. I think you're right. But if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. I mean, we kind of already had that, but like, I mean, it's nice to have even more information about that. So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo! He can't hear you, but he can feel the vibes. All right, anything else I want to be poking at? Maybe that spider web over there or something? A bright purple sky, plenty of greenery, and a tranquil lake. The idyllic scene stretches out as far as the eye can see. It's beautiful, but it lacks something to make it truly captivating. Is that your artistic appraisal, Phoenix? Are your college days coming back to you, perhaps? Interesting. Anyway, let's investigate this thingy. Yes, I said let's investigate this thingy. I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this? I don't know, a daycare? Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right, if it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove? Well, how about a rocket engine? If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in. Well, I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. That means something way more crass in the UK. Anyway, let's talk about a door. Let's see. This door is... Where's that pamphlet? Bro, we went in and out of it already. Why do we need more of this? Oh, like, here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. Yes, as we've been told many times. This thing beside the door. This must be the fingerprint recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. Maybe he did. The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. So he claims. Then does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? Well, the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small. Viola! Fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. Amazing! I found it at the office. I've been just itching for a chance to use it. Wow, way to think ahead. Now let's dust this fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it! Now to spronkle some here and a little over there and... All right, what do we got? What do we got? Let's see what we have here. Oh, turns out they cleaned it. Oh my. Oh, we got something. Oh, it's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'll be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right. And there's the security footage of this door, too. Yeah, here it is. It came up in court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Yeah, he's on almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. This room is, in fact, as Phoenix said before, pretty goddamn heckin' big. Have we not clicked on this specifically? This is the fingerprint recognition device. I guess you could put your hand on this mark. But will we? That's the question. Why guess when you can try? Now to line up my hand with the outline. No, Athena, this thing is related to the case. Get your prints all over that, and the next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect. Ah, how can you be so cruel to a little girl like me? Sniffle snub. I'm not buying those tears, Missy. Those are crocodilian in nature. How dare you try to trick me? All right, the only thing left would be, I don't know, these sleepy time pods? These are apparently oxygen capsules. Is that where they kept the Mega Man X for so long? They're for recovery after a training session. Neat. I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Eh? It didn't do a thing. It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. Oh my God, she's a dork! Ah! Ah! Okay. Oh, a mirror. How thoughtful of them to put one here. Thoughtful? Yeah, so the ladies can fix their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You'll never know when you're going to run into some other life form after all. I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. Oh, ye of little knowledge! It comes from all walks of life, don't you see? Anywho, oh, hello, what's this? Some kind of thingy-dingy? Some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here. Just push it! That's the invariable principle of buttons. There's such things as buttons left unpushed. No, there definitely are not. If there's a button to be existed, it must be push it. Oh! Well, we killed Daniel. That's not good. Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared. Yeah, though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new with the image off. Really? Okay, I guess. Like what? It's just a big blank screen. With the holographic image off, the screen is completely black, which, for some reason, makes me think of losing an argument to Prosecutor Blackwell in court. But at least it's got my brain revved up. I come up with my best ideas at times like these. Oh, okay. Oh, that wasn't a spider web, it was a crack! Ah! Maybe the bullet hit that and then bounced over there to the vent? Maybe. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. How on earth did no one notice that? It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. Well, now, what am I led to believe there are 2 guns? You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around somewhere? Was I supposed to find this first? Oi. No, the police might have taken it, though. Alright, no, the bullet itself is missing. You've got to be kidding me with us. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Alrighty. You figure we're done with this room now? Kind of feels like I've inspected just about everything. What? Why can't I click on this again? Oh, just to walk over there? Oh, no, also, like, some kind of trash disposal thingy? What's this, a trap door? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. They always do. No way. All the robots here are really nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Wait, are we really about to? Oh, okay. Oh my God, we actually are. Hi.